Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to Kowloon Generic Romance episode 6, I think. So last time, there was kind of a reveal at the end, but I'm still not fully sure what's going on. Like the end of the shot was like the like, I don't know what to call the thing, you know? The like metal thing floating in the sky. And that's kind of have something to do with the fact that the city from the outside looks completely like destroyed. There's nothing left. There's no one there. But of course we know somehow that there are people living there, and it looks completely different from the inside. So either it's like a pocket dimension, or like, you know, there's like a barrier that the moment you step in, just things look completely different. But obviously it's not like a hologram or something, because, you know, everything that we've seen the characters do or say, like, it all seems to be made out of like solid stuff, unless that's also like something in their brain. I think the only person we've seen or know that can go outside and inside no problem, and they keep the memories of what's going on, is Heavy Numa and Gwen. There's the whole thing of like, oh, in Kowloon, like businesses and like stores, restaurants, whatever, they get changed or leave pretty often. So like, but still, like, you would think, I guess, just, you know, the world inside somehow is like, yeah, not somehow, it's gotta be like just coded into the way that it works, that none of the information from the outside really goes in, because we know that there are like books from another countries, but that doesn't mean like, oh, you know, I don't know, I'm just thinking like, you know, it's like a sort of simulation type deal. So just because there are like things from other places doesn't make it real. But then at this point it's like, okay, but like what does constitute as real, you know? Getting into that sort of thing. So that's a whole thing. But the main focus of the episode that I loved was Yao Mei getting to explore her character further, and why she's so just the whole thing about like fakes and the value of it in comparison to the real thing is so compelling and relatable to her. Now that we know that she had a really like famous mom, and her mom was basically trying to treat her as, you know, a version of herself instead of her own person. And Yao Mei was really unhappy about it. And just had a really big, like, I don't think the right term is like imposter syndrome, but basically she was feeling, you know, like a failed imitation of an original, which would be her mom. And then also you have people telling her like how lucky or just blessed she should feel like when it's anything but, you know. And I'm guessing that she also felt like a lot of it was conditional. Like, if she ever like tried to speak up her mind and be like, actually I don't want to do this, like, her mom would stop treating her nicely, and she just didn't feel like she could be herself. So, yeah. Definitely her mom did not accept her for who she was. And that's how we got to the really, really sweet moment between her and Kujirai, where Kujirai is like trying to get her to get out of her apartment, but Yaomei is like, I'm not feeling like myself lately. Like, what is myself, And then Kujirai like tells her what she thinks Yaomei is like. All this, like, she's very strong-willed, positive, very confident. And Yaomei is like, well, I'm not none of those things. I just pretend that I am. That's all fake. And Kujirai is like, okay, I don't think it's necessarily fake. I think that's just you, on your journey to becoming the ideal you. So, what's wrong with that? And ain't that the main message of the whole show so far? See, this is why Yaomei is the best. But Kujirai, with that moment, does get close. But she's only able to do that because of how much Yaomei has been influencing her in return. And yeah, they just need each other a lot. Like, man, where can I get a friendship like Yaomei and Kujirai? But yeah, I'm so glad. Also, the visuals they did with Yaomei as well, when she was inside the apartment, not feeling, like the real thing. But, in the end, if she wants to do something, then that is real, She can shine just as brightly as what she thought the real thing is. In the end, it's all about trying to live to your absolute self, no matter what anyone says. And I think that's beautiful. Also, we got a little bit more about Fujirai B. But right now I'm not remembering specifics. Sorry. Oh, yeah, about the book. That's why Kujirai went to the bookstore with Yaomei and Kudo. And we had that great, those great interactions with Yaomei defending Kujirai's decisions at any moment that Kudo was being a jerk. So, yes, that was great. But yeah, I've been yapping enough, so let's get into the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Bandai Namco. Oh yeah, we got a scene with Miyuki as well. With him on TV. Oh, Miki Shinichiro. Yeah, he's dead. An interesting way that he's being framed by the lighting. So is Herinuma responsible for Kowloon? Oh. Uh-oh. Hmm. I wonder what his true feelings are about Gwen. I'm guessing his dad is wrong? And he does see him as more than just, you know, a tool. But we don't really, like, get to know Miyuki's real opinions about him. Ooh. Oh man. Revenge. Oof. I think he's self-sabotaging. Miyuki, I mean. Or he doesn't believe that Gwen can give him the future that he thinks he needs? Damn. I believe it. I just don't understand Miyuki. Oh. Of course. I thought we were getting a flashback to, like, how Gwen and Miyuki met for a second. Oh, it reminded him of this. I have a few guesses about why Miyuki left, broke things off with Gwen, but I don't think I have enough puzzle pieces to really have it accurately. Yeah, so I don't think she's talking about the book. I wonder if she knew what was gonna happen to her. Also with Gwen saying like, oh, Kowloon is gonna get demolished soon. So that flashback is before whatever happened to the city being, you know, how we saw last episode. And before the cologne experiments happened as well? Yeah, I didn't talk about it before the episode, but we did have some interesting stuff with Miyuki that connected with Yao Mei's feelings. But like, I completely forgot about him being a parallel to her struggle. But I'll talk about that after the episode ends. No, Gwen. Oh, Yao Mei. His heart is already very taken. I'm surprised you remember that. Yep. Dumbass said his real name. That's right, that's right. Let him know, let him know. No. Good. No, he's being a lot more polite. Probably because of he's able to make a clear difference between the two Kujirais now. Hmm? What? Wait, I thought that was just for us, the audience. Hmm. I wonder if he's gonna get inspired by Yao Mei. No, Yao Mei is the best. I knew he was gonna think of him. Oh. No, I don't believe that. I mean, from Gwen's perspective, real, fake, very subjective. Genetic Terra. Yeah, this sounds hella suspicious. That's a good thing. Good outlook on that. I'm glad. Oh. I see. For a clone? New character? Okay, then what is it? Okay, so Miyuki's keeping the conversation they were having secret. Revenge again. Revenge for what? Okay. Right. So that's the revenge. What is that? That's what Zirconians are, the clones? Oh. So he doesn't know how that works. Oh. So this is outside of Kowloon. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Oof. X, huh? Hmm. Man, that was some really well needed exposition. Even if a lot of it was conjecture by the characters. Okay, it might be important. I mean, hey, yeah, that's very all from the world. What would happen if Kujira tried to leave Kowloon? Would she cease to exist? Hmm. Oh man. Whoa, what? Okay. Okay. Definitely not as much of a crazy cliffhanger as last time. But I don't feel like that explosion was random. Man, there is so much to talk about this episode. Mainly, like, I feel like I could just talk about like 10 minutes on Miyuki and the new guy talking about what they think the situation is with Kowloon. So I might leave that till the end. So, So Kujira wants to. It seems like the main reason she would want to leave Kowloon is for Kudo's sake. Because she thinks it is painful for him to be by her side every day, even though she's not the Kujira that he wants. Now I'm not sure how to take the whole like don't go anywhere, stay by me always. Considering the reaction he has right after when she says, but, and then he's like, So it's like, I don't know if he was being like, oh, was I too forward? Or is it because like, oh, I didn't actually mean to say that? It's just, you know, like, that's what he would say to Kujirai. And it's just one of those times where like, he was impulsive. Looking at Kujirai. At Kujirai B instead of Kujirai. I also really like that moment with Kujirai saying like, more wrinkles means that I'm alive. Yeah, like, it means that I've been here long enough to get wrinkles. And also that little moment when Gwen says, "You don't remind me of Reiko-san like the last time I met you. You look like you." And that made her really happy. That was really sweet. Especially considering the really, I would say, apprehensive way that he reacted to her the last time they talked. I mean, he was still a dick for the way that he basically was blaming her for Kujirai not being here. But I appreciate that the way that he's treating Kujirai now. If he just has one good conversation with her, you can tell that they are pretty different, all things considered. But also just, yeah, Kujirai has changed since the last time she talked to Gwen. But we don't really have still an answer to what happened to Kujirai B. Gwen just said, yeah, Kudo didn't kill her. But, yeah, the cause of the death of the person you're derived from. You might follow the same fate if you hear it. So, okay, he might be, I don't know if generous is the word, but he's being considerate and doesn't actually want this Kujirai to disappear. But then that's when he brings up like her having feelings for Kudo, just like the other one did. And like he Kujirai defends herself like she did against Kudo as well. These are my own feelings, don't assume things for me, you know. This is because of who I am. I'm not copying anyone. And that's what gets Gwen to say about, you know, he can differentiate between the two now. I mean, he always could, but like now it's more clear. It doesn't feel like she's trying to imitate her. Also, if it wasn't for the exposition dump later, this would easily be my favorite scene. I'm talking about like Yaomei talking to Gwen one-on-one and her explaining like what she means by being her absolute self. Even if I come to regret it, I'd rather be a real me than a fake one. Oh, that's my code right there. Honestly, like, even if by the end of this I don't feel like super strongly about Kowloon generic romance as a whole, I honestly, Yaomei will stand out. It might become like, you know, an actual favorite character of mine. And that's when Gwen thinks about Miyuki. Maybe it was the same for him. So that's a good segue to go back to the beginning of the episode. We see him talk to his dad, and now we get a more like clear parallel between him and Yao Mei. With her, it was her mom. With Miyuki, it's his dad. Trying to mold him and pressure him into being just like him. I expect you to behave like a heavy Numa. You know, don't be like yourself. Be like me. Otherwise you're bringing shame to me. Update on Genitera and the Zirconia project. So, the Zirconia project is about the clones. They're called Zirconians. And Genitera is the metal thingy in the sky. So, okay. Let me just, go through with this. And prepare to take action should your plan fail. Okay, we don't know what that means. But here, don't mistake me for just a lonely old man as he's still holding Miyuki's hand. Is he talking about, like, missing his first son? Maybe. Like, he's already taken into account that Miyuki wants to use his, like, him missing his other son. I would never. It doesn't have to be Zirconians. You already secure vessels for Orthodox clones. Okay, so there are clones that are not Zirconians. Okay, they just appear randomly. That are not related to Genitera. And then he takes something off of Miyuki. I don't know if it's like plastic or like some kind of like fake skin. And then we end with I heard you have a new pet dog. And we don't get like a big like reaction from Miyuki, but I'm guessing that's the moment where he decided I'm gonna have to push away Gwen. So him like putting his resting his hand on his shoulder and then they're sleeping together afterwards. That was definitely his this is a goodbye. I wonder if there's like some meaning when Miyuki's still in bed with him and he's like looking at his hand. Yeah, I don't know. But we can see his tattoos there. Then we see the maids being very nervous, of course, because they already, they're even like tearing up. They know Gwen is about to get kicked out. Yo, he was even about to give him money. That's crazy. Now, we don't really know, like I said, Miyuki's true feelings on Gwen. But if I had to guess, I would say that he's putting up a front. Trying to make it seem as if he doesn't care. Like, cold businessman. No feelings attached. After all, Gwen is always the one who's like, oh, I have feelings for you, I love you, all this stuff, but Miyuki never really seems to verbally reciprocate. And I think it's because something is holding him back, not necessarily because he doesn't love him back. Yeah, I need you to talk to me. Because, yeah, he was just gonna end it with nothing. It doesn't concern you. Yeah, that's yeah, that's definitely to hurt him. Yeah, there's no connection between us anymore. Why should I tell you anything, basically? Here. Revenge isn't what you really want to live for. So I'm guessing... So the reason Gwen says this is because... Miyuki breaking up with him would mean that he's deemed him unnecessary for his revenge. And he's trying to focus everything on that instead of, like, feelings. Now, we don't know if his dad explicitly told him to get rid of him, or if it was implied. But that comment definitely spurred him on doing this. I will decide what I live for. Okay. I guess with this he's saying, like... Because... Okay. Gwen is saying, like, isn't revenge is not really what you want, right? And then Miyuki's response is basically saying, don't assume for me. You know, if I want revenge, then that means I want revenge. And you cannot tell me otherwise. But yeah, I think Miyuki might be putting up a front. Oof. Follow you no matter where you go. I'll take you wherever you want to go. Oh man, that's true love right there. No change in Miyuki's expression though. You shouldn't promise something like that. Yeah, so he doesn't believe what Gwen is saying. Whether it's like, oh, Gwen's feelings will change eventually, or I don't believe that he actually loves me. That might be why he says that. I think so. It might be something to do with the conversation he has with the doctor later. Yeah, I think maybe like, oh, you don't really love me. There's something, or like, like maybe there is, or like he's assuming that Gwen wants something and he can't provide it. And then he's basically like, okay, I don't want to have this discussion anymore. I'll call security. And then we get the forceful kiss. So that's unfortunate that it ended like that. Something could happen and they could go back together, but this is a rough way to end things, that's for sure. But if he does live, well, I'm still letting him know that he still loves him. And that's when we get to the Kujirai flashback. Kujirai. Don't really have much to say about that one, so I'll skip through it. Okay, here. It seems like Miyuki is intersex, but it seems like he can't have children. So that might be the reason why he said to Miyuki, like, you shouldn't promise things that you can't keep. Like, maybe he thinks, like, Gwen wants to have children. Like, maybe he's thinking, well, I have both, yeah, female and male genitalia. So I should be able to provide that, but he can't. Because, like, then right after this, so the doc says, using in vitro fertilization to transfer an embryo to your uterus. Yeah, so it's about having children or babies. So I think also another reason why he feels like Gwen would leave him anyway eventually is because of this. Otherwise he wouldn't be asking the doctor. And he looks genuinely down or disappointed when he's told that it's impossible. Yeah, there's definitely, like, I feel like we have some pieces of Miyuki's character puzzle, but not enough to fully, like, piece it all together yet. Yeah, but he's definitely, like, I feel like he's both doing it because of the revenge thing, and also because he thinks he's not worthy of Gwen, and that involves having children in this specific capacity. Like, because it would just be easy to be like, okay, well, why not just adopt? But, like, I feel like we don't know enough about Miyuki and what he's been through to really say that carelessly. So yeah, I'm guessing we'll come back to that one. Also, when he's, I want to say friend? Yeah, they were childhood friends, like, when he comes into the room, like, he doesn't let the doctor, tell, Yulong, what they were talking about before he came in. But the doc seems to know about Miyuki's desire for revenge. So Dr. Wong is pretty close with him. Maybe he's known him since he was little as well. Or it's just, he needed to know all this? No, not the revenge part. The other stuff, yeah, because, doctor. So, yeah, I think the reason he broke off with Gwen, even though Gwen has told him again and again that he loves him the way that he is, because, yeah, I figure that Gwen knows that Miyuki can't give birth. He's still stayed with him, so I think this is just Miyuki trying to protect himself and his feelings from being hurt in the future. I think that's what it boils down to. Or at least, that's my conclusion at the moment from what we've been shown. Okay, so now for the exposition dump. Yeah, so we've been known that Genetera is about like memory backup function, but we didn't know exactly how it's, how they're trying to be implementing that. And Miyuki doesn't want to do that anyway, because now we know that what his revenge entails is that, yeah, he'll give him his son back, but it'll be an empty husk. And obviously, I'm guessing it's because his father loves the other one a lot more than him. And just the way that he, he's still trying to mold Miyuki to his shape instead of letting him be himself. That place has dead people living there just as they used to be. So, are they ghosts? That's not really explained. The Zirconians, that's what they're trying to create. Not just those who passed, they replicated the second world city that no longer exists. Yeah, so not just people, but places. But they don't really know how that works. It just happens, but they don't really know what made it work as it does. Yeah, some people can see the restored Kowloon, others can't. And they're trying to figure out why. And that's mostly what the speculation comes from. Also, I didn't notice Yao Mei is 27. That's the same age as me. I thought she would have been older. She just feels older to me. Oh yeah, and Yao Mei is like, yeah, actual flesh and blood. So that's implying that these Zirconians are not flesh and blood. But then what are they made of? Yes, even people who don't even know Kowloon can see it and go inside. Feng Shui? I don't know how practical, like, how literal are we being with that, if that's just, a metaphorical thing. Genetera disturbed the flow of energy, resonated with something, materialized an illusion. So it's an illusion, right? That's also what the whole, like, fake versus real is coming from. So yeah, how much of an illusion is real or not, If your whole life is an illusion, at that point it might as well be real, since it's everything you know, everything that has made you, you. Only those who resonate with it can see it. Can you even call that a hypothesis? Yeah, there's a lot of, like, just characters throwing things in the air. But they're not really sure. And like, well, it's not about just what you want to see, because then, like, that doesn't work with everyone. We don't know what the something that Kowloon is resonating with. I was thinking maybe nostalgia, but like, Yao Mei wouldn't have nostalgia for Kowloon, so I feel like nostalgia has to have something with it. Also, we meet like a character that oh my god, what's his name? Yulong has working for him cleaning. That seems like a mystery character. So I think that's gonna be it for this episode. But there was a lot that we got thrown at us. I feel like this time we got a lot more answers than questions. For the most part. So yeah, I've been waiting for an episode like this for a minute now, so very glad that we're starting to get this. I did not expect to be so invested in Miyuki when he was first introduced as such a gross creep. But here we are, and I'm genuinely curious about his whole thing. You know, what makes him him. So yeah. If you like this, please like and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.